Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author Mia Mosenzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosenzia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosenzia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosenzia, available on Amazon. Also on the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And for some great books, cool gift ideas, and more, go to Amazon.com/me and Mosendia. Order yours today. We're here with a terrific gentleman from New York City who is a photographer, documentary filmmaker, and also does fiction film as well. He's involved in the New York Film Association, and he's worked in tourism and wildlife. Has experience, also has done TV programs, and he's basically got a few films out right now. You can check it on YouTube, and he's got some amazing projects. We'd like to talk about his career in the New York Film Association. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the very, very talented photographer, documentary filmmaker, and in fiction film as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented Nelson Gomez. Nelson, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Nelson. So you've been doing some photography, documentary film work, and involved in fiction film for quite some time. And you're involved in the New York Film Association. We'll talk more about that. You worked in tourism and wildlife. You have experience in TV programs. And also you've been in New York City for quite some time. And also checked out some of your YouTube videos like New York Sleeps, and also Gun Frame, and New York Chat, and more, and talk about those, and seeing us. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started, Nelson.
Well, it all started when I was about 10 or 11 years old. My dad had a video camera in his office, and I just felt like a strong interest in like learning how to use it. And I took it away from his hands, and with my cousins, we started creating like our own like type of films. And my dad will develop the film for us, so we could watch it after that on our TV. Then growing up, when I was 12 or 13, I started like getting interested in music and understanding how to mix the sounds in order for later adding them to my own production filmmaking while growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I think somebody was trying to call you or something, and tell them it's like piece is not ready yet. So, and what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into what you're doing besides taking the camera from your dad and playing with it? What was that one precise moment that simply said to you, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
I think it was, I was in college, and I was studying architecture.
Mm-hmm.
It was my third year of architecture that I said, like, well, this is not working out for some reason. I gotta just listen to my gut, and my gut is saying it. It has always said that filmmaking is the way. And I created this little short film where I express myself about what was going on in my life and what I needed and what I had to like put away in order to fulfill whatever I needed to do. And all my friends from architecture, my family, really understood that was the right decision. And after that, I changed careers to production filmmaking, and I graduated or like top of my class. I created documentary filmmaking that made a lot of awards,
Wow.
and I had the chance to receive a half scholarship to study in the New York Film Academy the year prior to my graduation from college.
Wow. That is amazing getting these awards as well too. And we talk about doing these films and what do you else? What do you main base your films on?
Normally, if it's not a documentary, I really like to write about romantic comedies. Normally, I go through that genre. Um, I usually take stories out of things, out of personal experiences, out of some friends' experiences, but I really try to focus on the human side of storytelling more than fiction side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and if it's on documentary, I like more. I like to focus more on exposing the culture of the places I visit, the conservation of the environment, and any type of genre related to that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. You talk something about the environment, like in some of your films. Like, do you use it to promote any causes, or is it just something that you want to just portray and say, "Hey, this is what's happening"? Do you use like the environment to promote certain causes that you believe in?
I what I do is I support my local marine biologists back in the Caribbean. I met most of them back in 2016, 2017, and I said, well, why don't I use my film abilities to catapult whatever they're doing in the moment? And it wasn't until 2016 where I really understood what was going on, at least in my area, my island where I lived, the Dominican Republic. And I put all the fears aside from like diving and like getting myself into this underwater environment, and try to cover everything I could, try to give them all the footage I could for their foundations and getting their work in motion.
Hmm. That's interesting. You say you've been in the Caribbean as well too, and you also did some wildlife. Besides the Caribbean, where else have you gone to do some film work?
I've filmed in California and New York.
Mm-hmm.
So far, those are all the only two places I've been filming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But most of my career has been developed in the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic.
Wow, that is amazing. Of course, a TV program as well too. You had some experience. So what are some of the TV programs you've done?
There's one TV program back in the Caribbean. I was in charge of traveling around the island in order to cover tourist places and highlight the culture and the big difference that you can find in a very small island, focused on the culture that every province has in the island, and how much different it is from one another, and how they work together as one.
Hmm. That that's very amazing. We'll talk about your work being involved in the New York Film Academy and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author me and Mo Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by me and Mo Zia. Available on paperback on Amazon and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target. When truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. Missing is available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by me and Motion Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy before it goes missing by me and Motion Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the merchandise section of the Mike Wagner Show. Go to Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And also check out some books and other cool gifts on Amazon.com/me and Most and Zia. Do it today. We're here with photographer, documentary filmmaker, and also fiction film Nelson Gomez here on the Mike Wagner Show. We talk about some of his history, how he got involved in everything. And you also got involved in the New York Film Association for a little bit. You've done some great work. And before we talk about that and some of your highlights on YouTube, who are some of your favorite photographers and also film directors growing up?
Well, photographer, feels more. I don't know. I do not have any favorite photographer no, I don't have any favorite photographer. It's really impressive, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Or you could say yourself as well too. But how about some film directors growing up?
I don't know. No, I don't have any favorite. I just focus on the story. If the story is good, it does not matter to me who did it.
Mm-hmm.
If the story tells me, I mean, I'm hooked. That's why I say. That's why I try not to tie myself to any director or photographer. So because if I think if I do that, I just miss out on any other artists out there that's doing a lot of good things as well.
Mm-hmm. So you're pretty much looking to create your own niche and not follow any photographers or directors that are out there.
I try to be open to any new work that anyone is doing. It could be films from Hollywood, and it could be any independent film or films from, let's say, India or Asian film, anything. If the story is good, I'm in.
Speaking of stories, when it comes to films and everything, what are some of your favorite films so far, and especially the ones growing up?
Interstellar has to be my favorite film so far. I will say that films that are focused on like playing with time could be my favorite type of storytelling. There's Inception, Interstellar, and Back to the Future. Any film that's based on time traveling, on time dilation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, Back to the Future. Come on, Marty, get in. Oh my gosh, my wife gets into time travel films as well too, like with Time Machine, Time Doctor, Doctor Who, and everything else. And of course, we can talk more about that later on as well too. Maybe if you fast forward like to 2100, even go back to say 1900 or something like that. But we can talk later as well too. That you also have some films as well too, like New York Sleeps and also Gun Free, New York Chat, and more. And you could also tell us about some of the films you've done.
Well, New York Sleeps it's based on the pandemic in New York City, and and how the city changed from being very active to being very quiet, yet under chaos, we'll say. Mm-hmm. And Gun Free is based on a story of a cop who resigned his spot as a police officer after he lost his friend in duty, and he's after that he suffered from PTSD and couldn't handle just thinking about it or talking about it, and it took him a long time to recover from that loss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it seems like a very common theme too, people suffering from PTSD, and you cover some of these sensitive areas. And any subject you plan on covering in the future with your films, like say, for example, PTSD or more in the pandemic or anything that's going on in the world? Where are some of the subjects you're looking to cover in the future?
I like to get a little bit apart from the rom-com and get focused more on the subject of suicidal stories, and try to get myself into that, creating a story about why people commit suicide and what and how could it be prevented. Um, I was thinking about a story about a guy who wants to like jump from the highest bridge he can find, and for that he has to like travel through the whole USA to get to this place. But after he gets to that place, he understands that what's really important in life, and there you ask yourself, is it really like necessary, or is it really like um, your destiny to really like take your own life away and all that.
Hmm. And what can people learn from the majority of your movies? What's the message you're trying to get out there?
The message is to enjoy the process of life. It's very important not to wait to reach your goal in order to start celebrating, because at that time maybe it's gonna be too late. You're not gonna have anyone beside you, or you're gonna lose yourself in the process if you don't understand, and if you don't keep in mind to really appreciate every step you take forward.
Hmm. And of course, that's a good portion of films as well too, and they're amazing. And you're also being involved in the New York Film Association as well too. And tell us about that and what's your involvement with the New York Film Association?
Well, last year I was in the last year not 2019. I was in the New York Film Academy. I received a half scholarship to study documentary filmmaking for a whole year. I met amazing people, amazing professors, and thanks to them, I had the chance to get my first job here in Manhattan, South Manhattan,
Nice.
with Domestica, who is who is teaching me a lot. We meet new artists every week, who we film their courses for online consumers, and it's been amazing so far.
And that sounds amazing as well too. What's coming up for 2021 with Nelson Gomez? We'll find out in just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-wearing author Mian Mohsen Zia of the book Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with filmmaker Nelson Gomez after this timeout. We're back with award-winning filmmaker, documentary filmmaker, photographer, and more. Nelson Gomez of New York City on the Mike Wagner Show attended New York Film Academy, and just a couple of things as well too. Your career has been amazing. Love to have back on and talk more about your films and what can you expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Nelson.
I'm planning to travel a little bit more. Trying to cover a little more of the USA. Find new stories, adapt them to film, to fiction film, and yeah, trying to like widen my horizons, if I may say.
Okay.
I'm also trying to put my hands on flights to other parts of the globe. Let's say India, which I was planning to go to India this year, but last year, 2020, but due to pandemic, I couldn't, and I was planning to get together with some friends that are involved in Bollywood, in the Indian film industry as well. Try to adapt myself to that, but yeah, that's like the plan. Is trying to find stories all around the USA and write about them, film, document every people, interview them, and out of that create scripts or sketches or whatever comes to mind in order to like build uh, stories.
It sounds like you got a lot of things ahead of you. We're looking forward to
Yeah.
that. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Nelson?
My career, my biggest influence in the career. uh, right now, I've been seeing a lot of Matthew McConaughey in his new book, Green Light. I really like the way he talks about his experience in the film industry and how he really gives importance to the practical knowledge of what he does. He makes sure that his readers or his students don't take the the academic part of the studying very seriously. That so in order not to forget about like going out there and really like putting into the tests. And I really like that about what he's talking about. Not fear to fail or to be judged by anyone. Yeah.
Hmm. And that's very amazing too. Is one of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to what he got as well too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, my best advice is, it's as I said before, is to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. But keep your eye open to any opportunity. Try to say yes to any opportunity that doesn't harm you physically or emotionally, and really try not to wait to the last minute or to when you reach your goal to start celebrating. Start celebrating from now. Start celebrating that you already had the simple thought of moving forward, and I'll assure you you'll be grateful at the end.
It sounds like it. You got an amazing plan, Nelson. Once again, Nelson Gomez, photographer, documentary filmmaker, more on the Mike Wagner Show. Nelson, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Just keep us up to date and tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people check out your works?
Well, you can visit my Instagram page. It's Nigo Travels, and there you'll find a link to my website and my YouTube channel.
That is amazing. Once again, Nelson, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.